2020 has been a very tough year for in-person radio events and Hamfests. By the end of the summer, some folks had finally noticed that flea markets had reopened to the public. And finally, there were venues for radio trading. Around Western New York, local radio clubs took advantage of outdoor open-air flea markets to hold radio events, with small, optimistic crowds trying to capture some of the excitement of their canceled Hamfests. The largest flea market in the area at Clarence Antique World in Clarence, New York, near Buffalo, hosted amateur radio vendors on Saturdays in August and September. Then, radio enthusiasts set their sights on the Vintage Drive-In in East Avon, New York on Sunday, September 27th. The day started out early as vendors began arriving long before sunrise to set up. With fine fall weather, one of the best turnouts of the flea market season allowed club members the opportunity to buy and sell to their heart's content, alongside traditional flea market vendors, to provide a festive vintage radio event, complete with door prizes for lucky visitors to the Vintage Radio Pavilion. Having grown up not far from this area, I have fond memories and respect for the history of this part of Livingston County, New York, near the intersection of routes 15 and 5 and 20. In 1812, the locally famous White Horse Tavern was built on this intersection and provided hospitality to travelers for 133 years. As with most communities of the day, horses were much more a part of daily life, and horse breeding was a common industry in the rural and agricultural areas. White horses have always been revered as mythological and a symbol of royalty. So it was the symbol of the white horse that often became an attractive image to represent the distinguished characteristics of quality and purity in the early hospitality industry. The White Horse Tavern was destroyed in a fire in 1955, but the distinguished White Horse was saved and remains to this day within a protective gate at the original location of the tavern to serve as a reminder of the local landmark. The White Horse in the gate also became the logo for the local Genesee Valley Penny Saver newspaper. Now located just down the street from the original location of the White Horse Tavern, the Penny Saver has been publishing advertisements for local businesses and community events since the 1940s. The Penny Saver was always an anticipated delivery to our mailbox while I was growing up, so the White Horse on the logo was a familiar sight. A replica of the White Horse sits in front of the yard of the Penny Saver offices on Route 15 in Avon still today. We would drive by it on weekends on our way for a Sunday ice cream treat at Anna's Dairy. I'm not sure if there were any white horses there or not, but right across from Anna's Dairy was the East Avon Downs. To this day, an oval dirt track still remains as the focal point of the East Avon Flea Market. The flea market took over the track in the 1970s and added a vintage drive-in to the parcel in the 1990s. Today, the vintage drive-in has 4 screens, and you can see 2 first-run movies on each screen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. And of course, on Sunday mornings, you can find plenty of nostalgic and vintage items at the flea market through the end of October. Some items, such as an old magazine with this ad for a washing machine company that just happened to be a successful business here down the road from the flea market. And of course, there will be plenty of antique and vintage radio and communication equipment to be found, especially on Vintage Radio Flea Market Day.